Hmm. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And okay. Yes, you are. You're first today. There's no denying that. Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Starla. Uh, I'm sorry I was late. I was working on some stuff. I was kind of heavily focused on some stuff. I created a newer way for me to organize my schedule thoughts. So I'm happy I actually got to get that fixed. So I am happy about that. I am. I was supposed to be working in a cafe though, but I got a little sidetracked, unfortunately. So let me show you what I did. I'll show you what I made. I have my schedule, but it has an improvement, a huge improvement actually. So what I did was, I actually have a whole 2 weeks all planned out, but I set it up where I could actually identify it based off of having it set up to be minimized. So instead of seeing a whole bunch of things right here, I could limit it down to by the week 1 or week 2. But I also can cut it down to the first 4 days of the week or the last 4 days of the week. And I can do that for each week. So that way, which I might need to fix on that. And that. Panda. Oh, yeah, if I go too far, I gotta be careful on that. I gotta be careful on that if I go too far. I think it's a lot easier. That way I can just make all my plans 2 weeks in advance. And it'll be a lot easier for me to manage. So, yeah. So I will program the whole playlist to be like this. But as I move it throughout the week, I could actually minimize it to focus only on what I wanted to. Like, for example, I only want people to mostly see like what's coming up in the next 4 days. So I'll choose like week 1, first 4 days. So that will show the most recent set of streams. But what if I want to show what happens afterwards? Then I can just go for taking that off, putting that back in. It shows the rest of the week from Wednesday on down. Well, if I want to go back, I'll go to week 2 and show the first 4 of that week. Which, yes, on Cody Day next week is going to be really interesting because I'm playing games I very rarely stream. I'm going to play games that are exclusive to PS4, exclusive to PS3. I only have on Xbox 360, and I only have a PS3. So, yeah. I'm playing a lot of rare games, and the indie games, I need a break from Fatal Frame, okay? I need a break. Okay? There's lots of Koei games outside of Fatal Frame, and I need a break, okay? I would need some Musu. I need Musu. I haven't played any Musu games in a while. You know how long it's been since I played a Musu game? I need more Musu. And Bladestorm and Arslan are actually very similar because they both have the same horse Musu attack basic system. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I should have put Berserk on there. Because Fist of the North Star and Berserk are very, very similar, especially when it comes to bloody content. But I felt like bringing back Gundam. Because I haven't got to finish Gundam Reborn, and I think you guys might have enjoyed that as well. So, yeah. You guys seem like you guys liked the Thaumaturge, so I actually brought that for next week's Story Choice Day. So you guys can vote on that next week. Yeah. Hopefully that someone will be able to finish the mantle based off of their scripts and such, but who knows, honestly. Of course, that's not this week's options. This week's options include Danganronpa 2 Eternal Threads, which is a story choice game about a house fire, and you have to discover the cause of the house fire by going back in time and altering the way people act in order to see how they lead into the house fire. Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. We haven't gone back to that in a while, so I want to have that as an option. And Kiss by the Baddest Bidder, I actually put up here once before as a joke, and you guys actually made me play it. So I figured you guys might want to torture me again, so I went ahead and put that back on there. But yeah, in case you guys want something different other than Danganronpa or Ace Attorney, I decided to slip it on in. How you doing, Laya? And how you doing, Gamer? How you doing, Quake? Sakura. Yep, cherry blossoms. I like the cherry blossom aesthetic. Oh, please don't. Please don't. I don't want any more beans. I don't want any beans. But yeah, here's the schedule for the week so far. Have these 4 choices for today. Danganronpa 2, Eternal Threads, Ace Attorney, Kissed by the Baddest Bidder. Tomorrow is a Koei Tecmo Day. We're going to have an options between Wild Hearts, Fate, Samurai Remnant, Blue Reflection, and Knights of Azure. Tuesday, I'm taking over the choices. What to name? I don't understand the question. You might have to rephrase it. I don't understand the question. Baldur's Gate 3 is what I'm picking for Tuesday because I want to have a RPG game I want to play. So, yeah. Indie Game Day is going to be a new game called Soul Slinger, where I get to play as a cowboy shooting up demons. And then Thursday, I'm going to be going back to Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes because I really want to finish that game, at least the Edelgard storyline. Friday is going to be our hunting game day, so I'll be letting you guys vote among Wild Hearts, Monster Hunter World, Tokiden Kiwami. I also just got Tokiden 2 in the mail, and Horizon Zero Dawn. And Saturday will be Marbles on Stream as an option. As for next week, that's the one that has Danganronpa 2, Ace Attorney, Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale, and the Thaumaturge as the story choice options. Next Monday is going to be Arslan, Bladestorm, Fist of the North Star, Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. RPG Game Day will have choices of Final Fantasy VII Remake, 8 Years of One, Tokyo Xanadu. I'm actually bringing that back. And Edge of Eternity. Indie Game Day, as long as I don't get any other new games to push it back, will be Ali Ali World, Gatekeeper, The Messenger, and River City Girls. Then on Thursday, I'm bringing back another indie game that I haven't played in a while. Curse of the Sea Rats. Yeah, it's nice to hear. The hack and slash game where I get to play as anamorphic rats beating up on stuff. Next Friday's going to be really interesting with disaster game or futuristic games. So it'll be Disaster Report 4, Fallout 76, Cyberpunk 2077, and Recore. All games that are based off of a apocalyptic future, pretty much. And on next Saturday, it's going to be our community game day where you guys will choose between us playing together King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match, Borderlands 2, Slipstream, which is a free game you guys can get on Steam, or Craftopia. So you guys will have that as options too. So yeah, that is my full schedule for the next 2 weeks at this point. Things are always in motion, but hopefully I can stick to it. I hope. Yeah, they want me to play it too, so I'm giving you guys the option to play it next week. We're having Marbles on Steam this week because of us hitting the follower channel challenge here on Twitch. So since we hit 1,100 followers on Twitch, we get the Marbles on Stream party where everyone will be able to play races. They'll get free game codes that they can redeem with their channel points that they win, and there'll be drawings throughout the day for people to get free game codes. Aww, sorry about that. Well, if there's any games you're looking forward to, you can let me know, and I'll see if I can move it into a future schedule for when you return, okay? And also, we're getting close to another milestone, too. If we hit the next 100 on YouTube, we get to have another fighting game tournament. So, for every 100 on Twitch, we get marbles. Every 100 on YouTube, we get fighting game. And I haven't just really decided what happens if I get 100 on LiveSpace. I haven't really decided yet that one yet. I'm open to suggestions. What type of special event you guys want on that day? I don't know. Maybe you don't know what done? I don't. Okay. Well, I hope you have fun next week with your mom. Kita. Kitana. And let's see here. I do like the fact that I have this system working now, hopefully. Hi, how are you, Kunal? How are ya? I'm hoping to eventually get this part fixed, the cafe. So far, it works on Twitch and it works on YouTube, but I've only have it working up to items 1 through 48. I think it's 48. I'm still trying to get the rest of it coded in, but I just never have enough time in the day to do it because I have so much to do throughout the day. But for the most part, pretty much all it is I go nuts. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Get that out of the way. Yeah, but if a person uses exclamation point order and any of those 3 numbers, it should actually be able to let you pick out whichever drink or item you want to order. For example, if someone chooses say item number 41, which is a soda. I think that's a Pepsi Cola. Yeah, here's a Pepsi. See, I get to serve the Crystal Pepsi to you guys, and it goes through the stream. So yeah, that's what you guys get to use that option for. Hopefully I get to have enough time to code in the rest of it. It's still a lot more work I gotta do. It's a lot. It really is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the screen. I can. Close that up. I do like the way it transforms both on both platforms, actually. On YouTube and Twitch, in LiveSpace, it actually has that type of effect where it can manipulate and hide in everything. But yeah, I will go ahead and get ready for you guys to vote. Hopefully it works this time. I hope. Do I need to go on the side base, I guess? Probably. Yeah. Oh, no, I need to reset it. 1 second, guys. It needs to reset. Give it a few moments. It's not ready yet. What? The macaroni and cheese? Why is the Ace Attorney one always being such a boo-boo head? It's so mean. Why gotta be such a meanie? I have to reestablish the game first. Honestly, I would prefer not to, especially on Story Choice Day, because it distracts away from the story. If I could avoid it, I'd rather not. I don't mind having the fishing open, though. At least the fishing I could have you guys use without having to interrupt the story as much. But personally, I would prefer not to have Stream Raiders on the Story Choice Day. Okay, so it should be loaded. Okay, votes are reset, and you guys should be able to now vote for whichever one of these 4 games you want by using exclamation point vote 1, vote 2, vote 3, or vote 4. Why is this thing always gotta give me a hard time on this one? I don't know. And resize you again. I don't know why you keep changing here, Baka Janio. Sheesh. Transform. I could have sworn I had this already fixed, but of course it's not going to work that way for me. Okay. There we go. Now it's fixed. Well, you can hear that on Twitch, but people on YouTube can't hear that. They have to hear other stuff because of copyright stuff. I have different music tracks to handle different situations. Yeah, if you open up my YouTube and you hear some entirely different music, try it. Go to my YouTube channel and check it out. You hear totally different music. And that's also the music that's going to be saved on the Twitch VOD as well. That's how I get around that copyright mess stuff. So if anyone wants to vote, it's time to vote. I'm voting for number 2. Key. Yeah, it's still my old outfit though. I have not made any outfits for my new model yet. Outside of this one, this one and the black blue shirt are the only ones I made. And even this one I still need to fix because you see there's tearing going on in here. I just haven't had time to do anything. But so far we're at a tie, so we need some more people to vote. More votes, please. More votes, please. Okay, but you hear the music is different, right? Totally different music, right? Yep, that's what it is. I am a technological knucklehead. Split audio streams. I have 2 tracks of audio. One that's set to go to the VOD or go to certain channels, and one that's set to go to the broadcast. And only Twitch is getting the one that's to the broadcast. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Yay! Another one for Ace Attorney. I really do want to get back into that. I miss it. He said nobody wants to vote for Eternal Threads, though. I was actually looking forward to trying that for the first time. C'est la vie. It happens. So I need. Yeah, but you saw Danganronpa last week, didn't you? I could use a break from Danganronpa, you know. That's why I put up the choice. I'm surprised you guys didn't make me play the kissy face one. I thought you for sure you guys were gonna torment me with that again. Or you guys just don't like Otome games. It is a choice, story choice game. It is. It just takes a while to get to the choices. Ha! Fine, then I have to take Danganronpa off one of the listings then. I'll alternate Danganronpa and Ace Attorney with different selections. They make it selections every week more varied. So one week we'll have Danganronpa and 4 choices. Another week we'll have Ace Attorney and other choices. Yeah. That way, one game won't dominate. And it'll be fair. It'll make 4 sense too. Right? 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 What? I have lots of story choice games I want to squeeze in here. You're gonna say, are you really gonna use that now? Are you really gonna use that now? Why not save it for a day when I don't know what I'm gonna pick? Actually, what I should do is I should have a day where people can claim those days, and the first person who claims it is the first person who get their choice. I honestly forgot, to be honest, because the my scripts that had everything on it was wiped out with the OBS, so I have to look at my text files. My text files data has all the info, but I had to pull out where it is. But when my OBS got wiped out by that corrupted file, all my save data was gone. So I'm a little upset about that. But actually, you did give me an idea, though. I should do that. Have one day per week where people can actually choose a game they want based off of winning the selection. So like having that as a voucher option. I'm thinking. I'm envisioning it. I'm envisioning it. So if I have like a little pull-out menu, and it will have a listing of names of everyone who has unused pick the game vouchers. The first one who would actually use it at that time will get to pick what game I play that night. Which means they have to be there at the time that it happens. Thinking. I'm thinking. If I have a command for it and a timer where it can't be used again for the rest of the stream, I think I could pull this off. I really think I can. I could do that. Not for these 2 weeks, because you guys already saw I had the schedule planned for the next 2 weeks. But I might be able to convert it for the week after. I think I could do that. But I have to wait until I finish the cafe first. Cafe has to be finished first. Then I work on other intricate scripts. Okay, but I think I got it. It will actually work out better. And I can actually offer that more as a prize for more people. When I have to use enough channel points to utilize it. No, I don't want to make it as channel points. think I'm going to have it only readable if a person already has one on there. So if user equals this, then do that. Yeah, I think I could do that. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to go ahead and finish up your voting. And then we're going to go for whichever one has the highest amount of votes. Starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like it's going to be Ace Attorney. Okay. So let's go ahead and get Ace Attorney all set up here. Where are you? The Jackbox Decade Bundle? What the hell? Jackbox Party Pack 1 through 10 for the low price of $199.99. Holy shit balls! Okay, that is expensive. I think I'm only one Jackbox pack away. Then I have all of them. I'm only missing Jackbox Party Pack 10, but they raised the price on it so high that I don't want to buy it at full price. Ouchie. Also, any games that get 0 votes will be removed from the voting selection. So since Eternal Threads and Kissed by the Baddest Bitter got 0 votes, I will not put it into another vote for another month or more. Might even uninstall them, honestly. How are you? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, voting is complete. Let's get the gameplay started and ready. I have a quick edit on here. I hope I have it. Yeah. Fix. Properties. Too late. You're too late, archaeologist. The stream is over. Have a good night. Bye-bye. It's already starting. Alright, I gave you guys the time. I told you 10 seconds was all that was left. So, nope. Vote time is over. I'm not spending all night doing votes. You missed your chance. What's going on here? Let me stop the music on both ends here. You know how much I hate ties. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. You guys had your chance. See? Look. You had your chance. Ace Attorney it is. Let's play some Ace Attorney now. Ace Attorney. The sooner I get through this game, the sooner I can go hurry up and get to Ace Attorney 2, you know. You know how long it's been since I played the Ace Attorney 2? Over a decade, practically. I will kick your ass. 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 I will kick. I will kick. I will kick. Kick your butt. Oh God, I remember him. It's all coming back to me now. I hate him. I met the young professor at approximately 1 year ago through Mr. Asman's introduction. He provided me with the blueprints, and I constructed the machine to its precise specifications. It was no trick. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin? The kinesis clearly took place because there was no one else 30 feet high for the birdcage to have fallen from. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built was flawed somehow? Okay. He certainly is very sure of himself. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now that the machine's been completely destroyed by yesterday's explosion, it's going to be impossible to argue its authenticity in one way or the other. But if we're unable to establish that it was a piece of staged trickery rather than genuine science, we will have no grounds on which to demonstrate Professor Harebrain's innocence. Both Mr. Asman and this man in the stand tricked the professor and used him. They took advantage of his naivety and his unbending belief in his work, and I won't let them get away with it. And seeing as the professor is an old friend of Lord Van Zieg's, what on earth must he be feeling towards Drebber? Okay, now it's time to press his ass to the wall. I don't mean that in a sick way, okay? Button is pressed. Hold it! So, you were already acquainted with Mr. Asman himself? Not really. By chance, I'd seen his name mentioned in the papers, that's all. But I had no interest in his private affairs. If he was an unscrupulous investor, it was no concern of mine. As long as people pay their bills, I take up my tools and construct what they ask for. So why did Mr. Asman approach you in particular then? Who can say? I presume because my name is associated with excellence in engineering. Nah. Not to mention excellence in fraud. Hard to gauge, but the point is, all I did was construct the machine according to his blueprints I was given. In other words, the kinesis machine was built on solid scientific principles. Yes, you might say that. Professor Harebrain certainly has a mind like no other. He provided me with the blueprints and I constructed the machine to its precise specifications. It was no trick. Let's see if we can dig a little deeper. Gotta dig a little deeper! Hold it! It's clear that you have both scientific knowledge and knowledge of conjuring magic. However, the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes along. But your implication is that I furnished the machine with some trickery, I think. It is a possibility that we'll have to explore. Unfortunately, though, the machine has been blown to Kingdom Come. So there's really nothing left to explore, is there? We'll see about that. It appears the kinesis machine was fitted with a time-explosive device of some kind. And there being nothing left of that device either, not a single shred of evidence remaining, I hear. They must have planned all this from the onset. But in any case, it's abundantly clear that the experiment couldn't have been a trick. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin?
Hold it!
Of course, that's it. Mr. Asman was a twin.
Objection!
Don't start that. Perhaps my learned friend wasn't listening earlier. Mr. Asman has no twin sibling. No, I heard you before, but the thread of hope hadn't quite left me. The demonstration could have been a trick if there was somebody who looked sufficiently like the victim. Wax! Wax! It's wax! But Dr. Stipe absolutely ruled that out as a possibility. It is beyond question that the victim himself, Mr. Asman, did move from the stage to the Crystal Tower. The fingerprints found at the scene attest to the fact. So it can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Mr. Asman then. I don't think so. I think whoever was in that machine was the wax statue, and the real Asman was dropped from the balloon onto his death. That's what I think. I just haven't found a way to prove it yet. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, no, nothing. Just that the idea of someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind. I think that might be a clue. I may have to look at the evidence. The kinesis machine clearly took place because there's nowhere else 3 feet high for the bird cage to have fallen from. Now this, I know, has to tie into something.
Hold it!
What do you mean? Well, before the demonstration began, the victim was alive on stage in front of the audience. Yes, there are lots of witnesses who saw Mr. Asman on the experimentation stage. That's true. And the victim's neck broke as a result of an impact following a fall. Logically, therefore, the victim must have fallen from somewhere. The balloon that exploded was at an altitude of 60 feet. The point of impact on the tower was 30 feet up. That difference of 30 feet is therefore the total distance the bird cage fell. And there's no other location from which the cage could have fallen that distance if it didn't drop from the sky. Ergo, the victim himself must have been beamed from the stage to the sky above the Crystal Tower. Attention scientific analysis. Dear me, every time I hear it explained, it sounds increasingly plausible. Oh, yes. It is all very well thought out. Certainly, all the spectators on the day saw it. The birdcage plummeting 30 feet above the air, I mean. Ha! Irritatingly, yes. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built on was flawed somehow?
Hold it!
So you understood the science, did you? Not in the slightest. Oh, right. As I've said a number of times, I am an engineer. My job is to manufacture according to the blueprints I'm given. You still gotta understand what you're building. I would be inviting a manifold of problems if I foolishly allow my brain to digest the ideas behind them. I could be accused of stealing those ideas, for example. But how is it possible to construct a machine without really understanding the principles it relies on? I have no clue. Well, you're practicing law without really understanding the principle it relies on, aren't you? A very good point. Stand up for yourself, Mr. Naruhodo! Ha! The point is, the experiment resulted in instantaneous kinesis taking place. As such, the science must be sound. Yes, and really, experimental results are all that matters when it comes to proving a hypothesis. He's certainly very sure of himself. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Okay. Okay, now that we went through all the pressings, I need to find out which evidence will actually tear this stuff apart. Because right now they're just repeating everything I said. Let's look at the court record. Is there anything that will identify that I can use as evidence? Dark stainings visible. I don't think a trapdoor is part of the actual blueprints, though. Something doesn't sound right about that. Why would it go have a trapdoor? I'm about to make a mistake, so let's get ready. I have a feeling that it's something with this. I don't think that's part of the specifications. Why would a transportation machine need a trapdoor? Let's see if it works.
Objection.
Nope, it didn't. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Let's try it again, something else. I'm not losing that, so come on. So you know that didn't do it. Let's try that. Maybe I can use that word they talk about a twin. Let's see if this works.
Objection.
Nope, that didn't do it. Nope, that didn't do it either. Okay, let's try it again. I'll try the head then, when it comes to a twin. gonna work, but I'm gonna try.
Objection.
Nope, that ain't it either. Dang it! I need some help, guys. I need some ideas. What do you guys think? What am I missing here? I don't know. Fraud. I don't know. I don't understand what I'm looking for. God.
Objection.
Nope, that ain't it. The fence was like... Oh, God! Dang it! That didn't do it either! They tricked me, made me think I actually had something going. Dang it! Something about that, because that's where they seem to have the most clues on it here. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. Checked over here. I have no idea. Oh, look, look, look! The glass! The glass is on that picture. And this glass was found in the clothing of the Professor Waxwork.
Objection.
Huh? That last statement would be seen it odd somehow with the evidence. Is your task come? Oh, God damn it! I know it's something tied to that. I just don't know what it is. If anyone wants to look it up and help me out here, I can use some help here. Otherwise, I'm gonna try every piece of evidence I got.
Objection.
Crappy crap. I can't figure this out. I need help, guys.
Objection.
Nope, that ain't working either. I don't know how to get past this part. It drives me nuts. Yeah, please look it up because I am stuck.
Objection.
I'm just gonna go tear this apart. I don't know what they want me to use. Huh? Okay. I have not seen that part yet. And the Studio 2 trailer. Wait a second. Are you looking at the right game? Who's Manuela? Yeah, I think you're in the wrong game. I haven't seen these characters yet. Yeah, you're talking. Sound like you're talking about the one about the samurai dude from the other game. And we're on the Return of the Great Departed Soul. That's what we're on. Trial Part 3, The Old Bailey. And Resolve. Not the... Yeah, you sound like you're talking about the... A totally different Ace Attorney game altogether if you talk about trailers. Okay, nowhere else 30 feet. Let's see if I can look into that. I thought I did. Let me check. Yeah, we did the where we found the cracks in the bottom. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, there's nothing else highlighting. Wait. Yep, that's been already been checked. Statement 4. I think I went through all the pressings again. I'll press them again. Statement 4. That's the one we're on right now. Press again.
Hold it.
Live on. Okay. Plus. Okay, I'm doing it now, so I'm doing it again now, so what happens after that? This is statement 4 that I'm pressing on now right now. Okay. Present the... Okay, hold on, let me do that next. Let me do the sketch. Yeah, because I saw there was a difference between, it said 60 and 30. See, she says 30, he says 60. So let's see here. Okay, hold on. Okay, present the experimentation set.
Objection.
Okay, the music has finally stopped. This is a diagram of the experimentation stage and its surroundings. We know that somehow the birdcage appeared in midair before falling down into Crystal Tower. Ah! A fall about 30 feet, or 9 meters. He says 60. However, if you examine the diagram carefully, you'll see that there's one other possible location from which the birdcage could have fallen. The same distance of 30 feet. Where? No! Uh-huh. Where? Let me see. Show me.
Well, it appears the defense is a possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Of course.
You will indicate the place to which you are referring in the same diagram.
I don't know what... Okay, point to experimentation stage. Okay. The alternative location for which a birdcage could have fallen the requisite 30 feet. It has to be the experimentation stage then, right? I guess. Cross my fingers hoping it's right. Let's save it just in case I'm about to screw up. I'm about to screw up, I know it. I don't know how to indicate it.
Take that!
The place I'm referring to is here.
For that's where the birdcage would have been to begin with.
The trap door! The trap door! The trap freaking door! Which is exactly the point, my lord. Yes, the birdcage on the machine was on the stage. But what we must also consider is the height of the stage itself.
Go on, counsel.
It turns out the experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above the ground level. If you look at the diagram, in fact, you'll see it's about the same height above the ground as the balloon was above the crash site. Plonk. When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. Clunk. At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way, and we assumed there to be a void underneath. This birdcage and the one seen by the audience have fallen almost exactly the same distance. That explains the crack on the bottom of the cage, and that also explains why his head wasn't cracked. It was more of his legs, I guess. Or unless he turned upside down. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. Once again, my lord, all this points to the fact that there was not one birdcage, but two.
Objection!
Don't start that! My learned friend has no evidence that the stage has such a contrivance in its design. Someone is responsible for the criminal destruction of the kinesis machine itself, it's true. However, the stage still stands. And take a moment to look at the photographic print of the scene following yesterday's explosion. Cha-chong!
Good lord, the metal grill that formed the floor of the machine is undone.
I knew that. That's why I said it looked like a trapdoor. And yes, most likely blown by the force of the explosion that destroyed the rest of the machine. The defense calls for the space below the stage to be investigated immediately. Mr. Drebber, it was you who built the kinesis machine. Which means that it was you who put 2 bird cages that were used to carry out this deception. Whether Professor Hairbrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference, because it's the construction of this machine that matters. A machine designed to take Mr. Asmon's life. And lay the blame firmly at the professor's door. Something that only could have been carried out by you, Mr. Enoch Drebber. He angry.
Objection!
Don't start that. Chuck. If my learned friend has reached the end of his wild assertions, the prosecution would like to crush the defense's argument slowly but surely. What? Your argument fails to hold water. On 2 counts. 2? Firstly, before and after the experiment, this witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff from the exhibition has attested to that.
And I believe members of Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty on every public experiment.
In other words, Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the alleged pair of bird cages. There were 2 bird cages.
Objection!
Wax! But I've already explained why he wouldn't have needed to. The nonsense with the crossbow, that doesn't bolster your case at all. The man who disappeared from the stage and the man who crashed into the tower are one and the same. The forensic investigation team's report is unequivocal to that point. Oh, I haven't turned it on, did I? Yeah, I need to turn it on. You guys might turn it on. I can't turn it on if you don't tell, eh? I asked you guys if you wanted it on. Nobody told me. Nobody told me. You asked about streamers. You didn't say anything about Fishy. No. No, it would have turned. It would have popped up if I did. I gotta open up Fishy. Hey, I asked it before I started the game if you guys want it. That's why I asked. Not my fault. Ouchie. Hey, Fishy will start in a few seconds. It's not my fault. You missed out. Give it a second. It says loading up. I didn't say it's ready. I just said it's loading up. You'll see it when it pops up. Like that. Is a distinct lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? He has no reason to do so. Motive? Do I have to think of everything myself? I have here a contract provided by the witness.
What contract is that, Lord Venjix?
The contract into which Mr. Drebber entered with the victim, Mr. Osmond. It reads, Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from government grants or other income.
30%? Certainly a very favorable contractual conditions.
But there was one very important provision bolted onto that clause. What
provision. Mr. Driver may only uphold his right on the condition that both contracting parties are alive. Oh. So he ain't getting any money. In other words, if either of us were to die, the contract will become null and void. But if one is dead, then there's no percentage, but someone will get all the royalties, perhaps? Just saying. So you see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asmon's death. The diametric opposite, in fact. Ugh. Need I say more? The witness had neither an opportunity nor a reason to commit the alleged crime. In short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil. It seems the defense's assertion was somewhat wide off the mark. Lord Van Zix, you will submit the contract as evidence, please. Let's look at that thing in detail, shall we? It's true. If Trevor had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with one of the in the Crystal Tower, he couldn't have done it. And in any case, I have no idea what his motive might have been. There is one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however. There were 2 birdcages. The prosecution is unable to deny that. Ah. So I'm sure you're on the right lines, Mr. Naruhodo. And I've no doubt there are other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths, too. Well, it would seem that the defense has no rejoinder to offer. I'm looking at you. Well, I must say I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead, my reputation is defiled. But the prosecution's counter has set the record straight, I think. It is impossible that I'm the culprit.
Objection.
At the beginning of this trial, we believed there was only 1 birdcage. Yet now we know there must have been 2. In other words, there's more to the demonstration than we realized at first. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit. Get to the point! The stage demonstration was constructed and set up entirely by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. He angry. So, if circumstances mean it's impossible you could have carried out your crime yourself, it points to the fact that someone else was involved. Someone else? Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, my lord. Mr. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection.
Don't start that crap with me, dude. An accomplice now. Well, then I presume you're prepared for what's to come. Now that you're accusing not only the witness, but someone else of the most serious of crimes, if these accusations turn out to be false, then make no mistake. The prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment for your slander. Well, counsel? Do you intend to pursue this course and formally accuse another party of involvement in this matter? They're making it sound so great, but I know I'm still gonna stick with it. I'm going for it. I'm just making sure I cover my bases before I do. What do I do here? At the moment, this is little more than a hunch on my part. I don't know for sure if Trevor had an accomplice or if he's really the culprit here. One way or the other, though, I have to make my position clear as a lawyer. So what's my stance going to be? Did Trevor have an accomplice or not? Are you freaking kidding me? No way! The defense is ready to name Mr. Drebber's accomplice. Somehow, the two bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. Yet, according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. Okay? But that inconsistency itself is a clue. Counsel! Have you received a stock warning? You have received a stock warning already. If you are nevertheless determined, then I must now ask you to identify this alleged accomplice by name. So, your answer, please. Who do you claim to have been Mr. Drebber's accomplice? I'm trying to figure this out. Wait! Wait a second. Her. She could have made the wax statue of the victim. I think sorry. I think it might be her. I think it's a cutie pie. Cutie pie with the gray hair. I think it's her. Luckily I saved it just in case I'm wrong, but honestly, it's the only thing that makes any sense.
Take that!
Who is this person? Someone intimately related to the crime, my lord, and someone surely you wouldn't say you don't know. Yes, thank you. I'm aware of that person, obviously. But on what basis do you claim felonious involvement? You surely wouldn't say you don't know, would you? God damn it! I thought for sure that would have been it! I'm sure you simply slipped and pointed to the wrong person, didn't you? There's no other explanation. Okay, so it wasn't them. Okay, so let's load it up. I thought for sure it would have been her. Okay. So if it wasn't her, then it would have to be the guy who had the balloons. Because the balloon had to drop the fake one into the tower. It has to be the guy who owns all the balloons in the area. Let me try this guy first. Someone had to drop that other birdcage into the crystal tower. And on the one who had access to that high of a balloon to drop it would be the one who said he owned all the balloons. Him. The balloons above the experimentation stage all belong to this man. No, I didn't. Take that! Who was this person? Someone... Okay. No! Oh! I thought for sure that would have been it! God damn it! No! Freaking piece of crap! God damn it! This game makes me so angry. That was the only logical two people. The person who made the wax statue, the person who had the balloons. Who else? God damn. Who made the coroner's report? Who made the coroner's report? Who made the coroner's report? Let me try one more person. I have one idea left. The coroner. A coroner wrote the coroner's report, which has a conflicting evidence.
Take that!
The name of the person in question is... What's wrong, my Nipponese friend? Surely fear does not bind your tongue now. It's a little late for that. Of course I'm afraid. Of course I'm afraid. I think I might have got it wrong, but I'm getting a different check, so I must be on the right track, right? After all, naming her in this capacity is definitely going to make waves. A lot of waves. It could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me. I'm sure it will be all right, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Miss Susato. The enemy always appears larger than life, but you appear exactly the same to the enemy. Alright then, here goes. You've kept us waiting long enough. Your answer, Counsel. The person who colluded with Mr. Drebber in order to carry out the wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner, Dr. Courtney Scythe. What the blank are you talking about? The head of the forensic investigation team and the coroner who conducted the autopsy of the vehicle? Damn it. We know there were two bird cages, so who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. And when else could make the switch occur? It could have only been that team's presence. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Sight be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify. Get a load of him. You've got nerve, lad. Standing up there, dragging the arch name through the mud. I didn't mean to. I know the woman very well. There's no better dead room worker out there. How dare you call her a criminal? Oh. My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night. But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. One which the prosecution demands you address at once. A grave problem? Oh my word! Who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger? What? Certainly the birdcage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another. That cage must also have contained a body. Wax! And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone, even remotely resembling the victim, have been reported. Wax! Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could fulfill the role of a body double for Mr. Asmund. That's true. If my argument is that there were two bird cages, then there also must have been one person inside of each. But I don't know if I got an answer to this yet, have I? What can I reveal to show how this body stunt double was achieved? Oh my gosh. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna show the head of the wax dummy, and then I'll see if that'll work as showing evidence. I hope it works. Very well. The defense will address my learned friend's concerns by presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Dr. Asmund's body double.
Good gracious! Evidence? I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name.
If you think you have relevant evidence, present it now! The body double and the birdcage were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage, which means any witnesses could have only seen them from 60 feet away. So, who was it that appeared out of the explosion some 18 meters above the spectators? Aha! The body double inside the second birdcage was... It was stolen. It has to be this. Please tell me I got it right.
Take that!
We know that the victim, Mr. Asmund, was in a birdcage that was stimulated inside the kinesis machine on stage. And therefore, he couldn't have been inside the second birdcage. Instead, that contains something else. It's what's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the Crystal Tower. Actually, I think he has it reversed.
Yes, counsel, according to your somewhat elaborate version of the events.
And that body double inside the second birdcage was, in fact, say it! Say it! It's alright, Mr. Naruhodo. You're ready for this. Just steel yourself and come out with it. Thank you, Mr. Sato. I needed that. As I was saying, the body double inside the second birdcage was... And as unbelievable as it seems, that thing there. Here we freaking go. Oh my gosh.
Objection!
I knew it. Open your eyes and look into mine, my Nipponese friend. Now tell me, what are you playing at? Stand firm now, Ryunosuke. This is the time to show your Japanese spirit. As the court will observe, this is a waxwork model. A model, in fact, of an infamous London murderer from 10 years ago. The professor.
Objection!
Don't start that. I'm not done yet. You started indicating the leader of the forensic investigation team as an accomplice in this crime. And now you've moved on to indicating waxworks? Yes, that's about the size of it. But why? And why this waxwork? It looks nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give? If you want to know why, ask Mr. Drebber. What? Just days before Professor Hairbrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tussauds.
Did you say abducted?
And 2 days after the incident at the Great Exhibition, he returned it to the museum. Then the timing...
Is this true, Mr. Drebber?
At first, I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and then given it back again. But now the reason is clear. He took it so that he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman. Got your ass! I got your ass!
Objection!
Don't start that! Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. He did so in conclusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. And that, to the effect of deception, he used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. Are we really to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide? Oh, here we go. He's trying to close the case early. Will you stop that crap, dude? We ain't done yet. It's still my turn. It's my turn, dude. Shut up. It's my turn. That's not an objection. That's you grandstanding. Don't grandstand on my objection turn, okay? Stop that.
Objection!
Thank you. Wait. Yes, if you put it like that, of course it sounds implausible. My lord! I need to speak, if you please. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement. God damn it, here we go again. Very good, in that case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings for the court to hear. Now, see, this is what I don't fucking like. I freaking hate that these jurors can say, we heard enough, we're going to go ahead and make a choice now, before all the evidence is presented. I hate this part of the game. That is so rude, obnoxious, and unfair.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
God damn it.
Guilty.
Kill me.
Oh, you freaking kidding me. So, as indicated by the foreman, the jury has reached a consensus. I knew that was going to happen. We should get through this, Mr. Naruhodo, as we always do. And uncover some new truths along the way, I'm quite sure. Yes, I agree. I'm going to have to appeal to the jurors as usual to see if I can persuade them to change their minds.
The defense will now embark on a summonation examination. I know he's going to do that, so I'm not even going to pretend I didn't see this coming. Are you and your fellows ready to proceed, Mr. Foreman?
We are, my lord. See, I think so many times the judge knows to expect it. That's how bad it is. You gotta fix the system, dude.
Very well. In that case, I ask you now to state clearly for all present to hear the grounds on which, if you have decided that the defendant is guilty of the crime for which he is charged.
I've known that woman for years. She'd never be accomplice for anything. It's utter nonsense to think that those two would ever be conniving with one another. Oh dear, this is the most troubling. Surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, does it? Is it? I have my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them as much. I've seen no rigorous proof that the waxwork was ever inside the birdcage. Just conjecture.
Accusing somebody without the right witness. That's not a proper job, you see.
Somewhat unsurprisingly, it seems the introduction of this waxwork model to the proceedings has polarized opinion.
Given that his face is obscured and his build in no way resembles that of the victim, I can only applaud my learned friend's temperity in suggesting it was Mr. Osmond's body double. Yes, the applause is deafening. And yes, I know it seems extraordinary. But that's the point. That's why I have a strong feeling it's actually a greater clue than anyone yet realizes. So what are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? I can't explain why at the moment, but I feel as though there's a specific reason why it was used. Why it had to be this model. Really? A reason why nothing else you would do, you mean? Yes, and why I'm convinced it's something far more significant than whether or not the model looked like the victim. Well, if that's the case, we must prevent this trial from ending prematurely at all costs. Yes, agreed. I had to find a way out of this.
If you are ready, counsel, you may proceed with the summonation examination.
Yes, my lord. You guys haven't turned on the fish. You guys haven't even used the fish at all in the last hour. Now you use it after I mention it.
Hold it!
The order of things seem to have changed around here for some reason. I'm a copper, lad. It's a copper's discretion to bend the rules sometimes, and when he must. What's wrong with that? Where do I start?
I've been working at the yard for 40 odd years.
That's even more than I thought. We've only had a Metropolitan Police Service in town for 70 years, you know. Of course, times have changed. The public didn't trust coppers back when I started. It was rough. We had to fight crime and fight to win the public's trust as well. And we did. Uh-oh. Forensic science was in its infancy, too. Even more than it is now. And she spearheaded the revolution. Dr. Scythe, you mean?
That's right, about 10 years now.
I was still young and youngish Bobby on the beat.
That's when she started making a name for herself as a top-class coroner. And now look at her, head of the forensics investigation team, and a woman no less. Well, you won't hear me complain. That is all we dreamed of back then. Could you tell me without holding that gun in the air? We all love to have told justice, lad. Full of vim we are, full of vim. That's coming across loud and clear. It's utter nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving with one another.
Hold it!
But we've only just started understanding this case. What are you reading there, sir? The man behind those murders on the Solo Pond Street was caught 2 days flat. That's real policing for you. That's really not relevant to this case, is it? You're wrong there. Because it was Dr. Seif who was in charge of examining the bodies. And it was evidence arising from her work that led to the arrest of the scoundrel responsible. Oh. That's right, oh. That woman is on the forefront of the country's fight against crime. The idea that she's somehow involved in this murky business is a load of tosh. Old tosh. I thought it was up to me to press the jurors, not the other way around. Oh dear, this is much troubling, but surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, does it? I think she might be one who has a key.
Hold it!
Why would you assume that? Well, it's quite simply because that unsettling swindler has no relationship with the woman, does he? True. As it stands, we don't know any connection. Oh gosh, but it would be delightfully romantic if they were somehow had to have a mutual interest in the waxwork. Romantic? A woman of society such as myself views everything in terms of relationships, you know. Well, you learn something new every day, even if you don't want to. One might wonder about a possible relationship between the defendant and the coroner woman. Or perhaps between the defendant and the handsome prosecutor just there. What? 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 This woman may be more astute than I've been giving her credit for. She's shipping everybody. If that's the woman's stance, then perhaps demonstrating some connection between the waxwork and Dr. Seif would be enough. Yes, I agree. As soon as we have a whiff of a connection, she'll be the first to know. Yeah, I think that's what Anchor, that's what I meant. I've had my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much.
Hold it!
What sort of problems? Let's just say we have run into each other on numerous occasions while I've been performing on the streets. Right, I see. Obviously, artists such as myself cannot appear on stage as we work close proximity with our audience. So we perform our great magic in parks, on street corners, and the like. But the police use any excuse. What? Let's press you?
Excuse me.
Excuse you? Do you have something to say in response to that, Mr. Animal? What are you calling a mass murderer? Sorry, my mistake. I got confused because I heard you look like him. Yeah, I don't look anything like the man. You want to be like the Sonny? Thanks, Mr. Sholmes. Perhaps we could move on. I was really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to what juror number 3 just said. And clearly you do. Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like... What wasn't it like, sir? You're actually right about that. We work our fingers to the bone there on the public trust we did. And by Jove, we've earned it. People respected us back then. They respected you? No one would have called a coroner into question in these days. A coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens put her name to it. She was the best, by the apple of the fourth. Hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney Stevens? Huh? That's not the name of the corner. That's not the name of the corner. What the heck? Oh, sorry. Got a little bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Seitz's maiden name. Her maiden name? So that was before she was married? Of course, yes, silly me. It's Scythe now, isn't it? Stevens. I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere recently. Open that court record. I think we have a name to dig up. Anyway, the point is, those great days of policing, not like now. Sorry to interrupt, sir. But do you think you could change your statement to include that name? Well, yes. I don't see why not. She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew her. Of course, a legendary coroner, even then. Do I have a button for the court record? Right button? No, I thought for sure they were related, but no. Someone else is named Stevens in here. Someone has the name Stevens. We don't know his name. We don't know his name. Check my items. Courtney Scythe. So she's using her maiden name, her married name there. Wait a second. We have a link. We have a link. We have a link. She was tied to the original investigation 10 years ago that involved that statue. I wonder if there's anything else. Okay. What's that again? Okay. So how are we going to use this as evidence, though? Do I have a chance to present? Do it let me present it from here? Should I do that or should I do a pit? I don't know if I should do a pit or should I do or present. Probably I might have to, so let's see.
Objection.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious! Whose two statements do you refer, counsel?
So, jury number 2. Oh gosh, me? What can I do for you? I presume what you heard jury number 6 said in his statement. It's brought to light the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe, which in turn has revealed a connection wasn't apparent before. Well, naturally, as a woman of society, I find such connections and relationships irresistible. But oh golly, I'm afraid I failed to see what you mean. Dr. Scythe's maiden name, Stevens. And through that name, the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. The defense has evidence to prove it. Oh goodness, evidence you say? How utterly enthralling.
Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. I very much hope there's substance to your claim.
Of course, my lord. I would like to ask the court to look at this. The evidence that clearly links Dr. Scythe to the mass murderer known as the Professor is that little folder bookie thingy. Take that!
Take that!
I have here a certain autopsy report from 10 years ago.
A 10-year-old autopsy report? What relevance does that have?
It is, of course, the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork, the killer known as the Professor.
Shut up! I shut him up! No objection from him! The Professors? But that man is a capital offender, so...
That's right. This is the certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. But what's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens. Oh my! Courtney Stevens?
Strike a light!
It appears that the professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. And a few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork from the professor from Madame Roussel's. A waxwork that doesn't in fact resemble the victim, Mr. Osmond, at all. And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those two events? Absolutely. I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that the professor's case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover between Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Trevor. Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships. This is all most extraordinary. We're surely obliged now to explore this further. Bawushi!
Right. We can't let this trial come to an end now. Not while there's this cloud of suspicion hanging over the yard's best coroner. It wasn't like this in my day, but we're still here to uphold justice in the end.
Bawushi! Okay. It's the professor! That's what links the rifle swindler to the coroner. Okay, now let's dig into this guy. Someone else gotta have a pit against him.
Hold it!
I wonder, because it looked like it was Drebber who was the statue in the graveyard, remember? The statue looked a lot like him. So could he have been the original suspect of the first murder set? Could he? It's a possibility. At least in my eyes. What sort of problems? Okay, we already saw this guy. Okay, he's not interrupting this time. Sometimes they even cook up a story to extort monies from the poor. Well, that's definitely not right. Yes, and that is why I say if you trust the police, you will have trouble. But here you are, claiming this waxwork model was stolen in order to star in an illusionary spectacular. The idea is so wild. I think I'll take my chances and believe the authorities on this occasion. This is how the public at large views Scotland Yard, is it? Our own police force in Tokyo is not even 20 years old yet, is it? Perhaps we should view what's happened here in London as a measure of what may happen at home. Yes, like a Scotland Yard stick. I wonder how a policeman would feel listening to the way the juror speaks about the force. I'm sure he had a word or two to say in response. He already has, though. I'll see no rigorous proof that the waxwork was ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture.
Hold it!
But you claim this whole instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a trick. That I did. But there's more than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat, is there? Sorry? I grant you, given this cage appeared from a mist and explosion, there would have been no need for a real person. But if a waxwork had been used, the culprit could have at least had a decency to make it look like the victim. I'm not sure exactly how much criminals are governed by decency. The point is, if you're going to make a claim that the waxwork being inside the birdcage, you need to give some evidence. Without that, it's just not science. I suppose we should expect nothing less from a logical argument of a fellow of the Royal Society. But perhaps that means his mind could be changed if we manage to present suitable evidence. Evidence that the Professor Waxwork was inside the birdcage, Can I produce that or not? I think I have an idea. Let's look at that light. Where's that glass? Can I look at the court record? Yeah, we do. Is this? A small fragment of very unusual thick glass was found in the folds of the clothing of the Professor Waxwork. It would appear to be from the Crystal Tower. I say I have evidence. I'm calling your ass out. Actually, I have something I would like you to see, sir. Oh? I must warn you that I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats. So given your jet black outfit, I don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation here. So you don't trust anyone in black? Looking at the mirror must be very trying. I do have some evidence that proves the waxwork was inside that birdcage. Namely,
Take that!
what's that? A piece of glass? Though it's unusually thick for glass. Yes, it's a piece of the broken glass we found inside the jacket of the waxwork. As you say, it's not ordinary glass though. It's very thick and clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower. The Crystal Tower? Holy smoke! Exactly. The centerpiece of the Great Exposition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. On the day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through a window of that special glass. From whence this small piece originated. And is that it? Precisely. So, what do you say? Now that clear evidence in support of your assertion has been placed before you. Ha. Well, as I said, I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, when the reasoning is sound, it's fair to say color shouldn't come into it. In light of what you've shown me here, yes, I feel obliged to change my position on the matter. In that case,
Juror number 4, will you amend your statement now, please? The presence of that piece of glass leaves me in little doubt that the waxwork was indeed inside that birdcage.
I can't come up without right evidence is the proper job. I don't have it.
Hold it!
I got to ask, why have you brought that coin into the court with you?
Carl, if you're going back in the front and pick me up in the way of town, it's a proper liberty.
Yes, the nibbling seems to be taking quite a while. Maybe you could wait until after the trial?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. You need turtles at home like this. When I went to the business side, the turtles are always trying to like you, see?
You're talking about your cob of corn?
Nibble, guilty bubble, nibble, guilty out. Nibble, guilty bubble, nibble, guilty out. Nibble, guilty bubble, nibble, guilty out. Nibble, guilty bubble, nibble, out.
Perhaps it's akin to fortune telling that follow titles do that people do back home. Oh, you don't know who Matt Murdock is? Come on, Starla. Come on. So Professor Harebrain's fate is to be decided by a cob of corn. Could you not at least wait until after we have more time to find the truth before deciding on the defendant's guilt?
I don't know about that. My tummy's awful full already.
Amazing. Okay, Starla, you would definitely need to watch Daredevil, especially the Netflix version, which they moved to Disney Plus. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's pretty much the best Disney show, best Marvel show out there, honestly. It tops everything the MCU has made over the last few years. Shows-wise, at least. Of course, because Netflix made it, but still. Yeah, when they moved the Netflix show to Disney Plus. They moved all the Marvel Netflix shows to Disney Plus. And they're about to bring it back. They're about to bring back the characters in Daredevil Born Again, including Daredevil and the Punisher. And they've already hinted at bringing back Luke Cage and Iron Fist, too. And the Punisher. The Punisher's going to be in, too. And Jessica Jones. They're all canon now, and they're all coming back. Well, it is a Marvel show. It is based off a Marvel property, but they had to get the rights in order to stream it on Disney Plus. Okay? I know it seems a little far-fetched to think that the waxwork bottle of the professor was in that birdcage, but on the other hand, it explains a lot. If there really was a reason why that particular waxwork had to be used as Mr. X-Men's double, we must do everything we can to make sure the jurors understand it. The truth is, I'm sure that that's the key to us. But the most puzzling part is, too. In that case, you should see what additional information you can glean by translation in Spanish. If you could read a book whilst eating a rice cracker near our Naruto, I'm sure you can do this. I'm waiting because they're talking about having Iron Fist tie into Shang-Chi. So there's going to be Kung Lao going against the I forgot the name of the other place. The two mystical dragon places are going to go at each other, pretty much. Apparently, the first Iron Fist is tied to killing one of the earlier dragons, it seems like. If a yard's under the suspicion, we're not done here yet, clearly. Okay.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out which jurors, though. I think it might be the little girl and someone else. It is, because I had to look at everything they're saying. Hello! Hers and his conflict! The sewer pit. No. They won't let me pick hers. I thought they would let me pick hers, but they won't let me pick hers, so it has to be among the other three. So let's pit him with the little girl.
Objection.
Let's see if it works. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious! Whose two statements do you refer, Counsel? If you could put you down in your corner for a moment, juror number 5. Oh, you mean me? You pointed out that it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. But the accusation that the waxwork model inside the second birdcage on the day in question is not without supporting evidence, as the defense has demonstrated to the juror sitting beside you. Is that right? Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the argument? I didn't hear much to say, to be honest. Of course you don't. If I could interject here. Please do, sir. Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by some solid evidence, it would be wrong of me as a man of science not to pursue the matter further. Ah, wishy! Me too, then. Sorry? Is this brain Jeremy says me? See, I wouldn't agree with I know that's just between your ears. Oh my gosh. Success, if you could call it that. Thank you, Counsel. That will do. As a result of the summonation examination, the jury's overall leaning has changed. 2 jurors now call guilty against 4 call not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time. And the trial must continue. We did it! Oh, well done, Miss Naruto. Another wonderful victory. Why are you sitting in the witness stand instead of the other thingy? I don't know. A waxwork of the despicable professor. Used as a body double for the victim in this quite extraordinary case. I must say, it's extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear that at least warrant further investigation. It's the waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe. And I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link. I don't know what you're hoping to prove, lad. I really don't. The truth is, sir, by using evidence and testimony...
If the court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case, then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model to be summoned as a witness. The owner? Madame Tussauds. I knew she had to be brought into this. I knew it. I really thought that Lord Van Zeeks would object to this whole line of inquiry. How you doing, JV? How are ya?
Very well. I concur. Make arrangements for Miss Madame Tussauds to appear as a witness with immediate effect.
Listen carefully, my learned friend.
Oh, yes?
You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box.
Ooh, I'm causing all types of trouble. Yeah, we're trying to go through Ace Attorney, and I think I'm near the point where I can finally get to save, because this case has been kicking my ass. I think I destroyed all remaining brain cells that were left.
The court shall now adjourn for 45 minutes.
Or until the next time I stream this game, whenever you guys vote for it again.
During the time, the prosecution will summon the new witness and prepare her for taking the stand.
Madame Tussauds, yes. I shall see to it at once, my lord. You know they have some brain cells. Okay, can I save now? Can I save now? Yahoo! That's the words I love to see. That's the words I love to see. That's the words I love to see. That means I actually accomplished something. Hell to the freaking yeah! Save that sucker. Save it. Save it, because I haven't screwed up yet. Okay, let's get out of the screen for a bit. Holy freaking macaroni. Holy freaking macaroni. Holy freaking macaroni. My brain cells, my head hurts. My head hurts, my brain hurts, my head hurts, my brain hurts, my head hurts, my brain hurts. Did I mention my brain hurts? Yeah, it hurts a lot. But that was a great Ace Attorney. I actually missed playing this game. I'm so glad you guys voted for it because I really, really wanted to come back to it. I really wanted to see more of it, so I'm happy you guys voted for it. I'm really happy because I like Danganronpa, but I like Ace Attorney more. I'm sorry. But yeah, so let's see what is going on next time. I don't remember what our schedule is for next time because I totally forgot. Schedule. Let's see here. 4 days. Okay. So we just had Sunday stream done, and tomorrow is Koei Tecmo Day. And we have a selection of mostly RPGs available for you guys to vote for tomorrow, including Wild Hearts, which was the game that's similar to Monster Hunter with mechanical tools. Fate Samurai Remnant, which I thought was an RPG, but it's actually closer to a Warriors RPG. Blue Reflection, a Magical Girls JRPG, which I'm still trying to work my way through so I can go ahead and get to the second game. And Knights of Azure, the game about the us being trapped in a hotel fighting off monsters while trying to make sure that our friend doesn't sacrifice herself in the name of some type of holy crusade, which I still haven't gone through yet. I haven't bought the second game of that yet either. I'm waiting for it to go on sale when I have the money. Tuesday we're going to be going back to Baldur's Gate 3, and Wednesday we'll be going for a new indie game called Soul Slinger, which is coming out pretty soon. I think it's still in early access. When does it come out? I honestly have forgotten. Oh, my eyes are getting boogery. Let me see here. Feature. Soul Slinger, Soul Slinger. I don't think it has to be an officially released yet, has it? It's still in early access. It was actually released back in December in early access. So it hasn't officially been released yet, but it's still coming out. But yeah, it's a lot of shooting demons as a cowboy. Then on Thursday we go back to Fire Emblem Warriors because obviously I want to keep going back to it. And Friday is going to be Hunting Games Day, where you guys could choose between, well, Wild Hearts obviously, Monster Hunter World. I also have Monster Hunter. What's the other? Monster Hunter Rise. I have that now, but I got more into World, so I'm going to put that as an option. Tokiden Kiwami, which also has some similar vein to Monster Hunter, and Horizon Zero Dawn. And now that I think about it, I could have put Tomb Raider reboot in there too, but I guess I didn't think about it. Okay, and Saturday we're going to have our Marbles Day, where you guys will be able to celebrate us hitting 1,100 people here on Twitch. So I'll be doing a lot of game code giveaways and lots of channel points being awarded for that. I'm not sure if, I think I should have that only on Twitch though. I'm not sure, because it's hard to play that outside of Twitch, but I think I should still stream it because I want other people to join into the giveaways too. So I'm gonna have to improvise on that one. Let's see. And then after that, we have week 2. Everything week 2 I'm bringing back the option for you guys to choose between Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, Guardians of the Galaxy, Telltale, Thermature for next week's story choice. Next week's Koei include Arslan, Bladestorm, Fist of the North Star, and Dynasty Warriors Gundam. RPG Game Day will let you guys vote among Final Fantasy VII Remake, Either Wizard, Tokyo Xanadu, or Edge of Eternity. And Wednesday's indie games will be a vote between Ali World, Core Keeper Messenger, and River City Girls. And only one of those I've actually played so far. Thursday, I'm bringing back Curse of the Sea Rats. Friday, I'm going to have the futuristic dystopia games, Disaster Report, Fallout 76, Cyberpunk, and Recore. And next Saturday, it's going to be our community day, where it's going to focus on letting you guys vote between King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match, Borderlands 2, Slipstream, or Craftopia. So, yep, that's the whole schedule. Yep, and I'll be able to go back to it. I have the second game in the series as well, so I wanted to see if I could get through the first game so I could be able to play the second one at some point. But yep, I do like my schedule assisting. All I have to do is make one image, and I can actually shrink it and cut it down to size to actually match whatever mode I want to showcase to you guys. I actually like this system. It's a lot easier. I do. It works on both systems too. So yeah, 4 at a time. See? I like it. Oh, is it? What's on the wrong week? Oh, this is week 1. No? Yep, okay, there it is. Okay, that's what the week is. I got a little lost there a second. I forgot which week it was. But I also started putting the dates on there so people could actually get a better idea what the dates are too. Okay? So let's see here. What's going on here? Get a little sad that no one's popping in from LiveSpace anymore. Oh well. The only ones who ever popped into LiveSpace was you, Quay. No one else. No one else has said hi to me for a very long while there. So I want to go and stop the LiveSpace stream. You on what? River City Girls? I don't know if they gave multiplayer or not. Like I know it was playable with the what was that mode? Play together. But I want to see if I can play with someone though at some point. I just don't know if I could do it like in game or not, like with friends list or something. I absolutely have no idea. Okay, my head hurts now. Okay, so I'm gonna stop you guys on LiveSpace. I hope you guys have a good night and hope you come back for future streams here. I don't know who I'm rating tonight on Twitch here. I wish I could rate on YouTube. I don't know anyone on YouTube I can rate, honestly. Nor do I know how to rate on YouTube, honestly. Actually, what if I could rate someone who's live on LiveSpace and live on Twitch? Now, that would be interesting. Let me check something real quick, guys. Oh, not rating, but have you guys go to that person, I mean. Let me check. Where's my following list? I'm trying to see if anyone anyone I already follow is on live on there, but I don't think I know who Poseidon is. Nope. It's so weird though. Most of the time I open up LiveSpace, I see myself on the front page. It makes me wonder how many people are actually really on this platform. I saw that there's like 1,000, over 2,000 people in the Discord, so there should be at least 2,000 people here, I guess. Oh, I'm glad you liked them. Yeah, they did make some good music. I really enjoyed their stuff. I don't know. Do I follow Poseidon 4040? Someone's playing more company, but I don't know. Oh gosh. Since the stream ended? I don't know. LiveSpace is kind of weird with telling you if the person's live or not because the only cap they get of the person's stream is actually always at the end, right after they ended the stream. So it's kind of weird. So I'm just going to stop it on LiveSpace. I'm going to stop my multiple output there. And bye-bye, LiveSpace. Okay, LiveSpace is now stopped. And YouTube is, I believe, next. Okay. Does this look like anyone's watching me there? Looks like, I think. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I think I've only played it with one person before, but I think it was using the remote play anywhere system, so I don't know what other features they have available. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the YouTube output. Okay. Bye-bye, YouTube. Have a good night, YouTube. Hope to see you tomorrow, YouTube, for Koei Tecmo Day. Bye-bye.